Hi, welcome to the new and updated visit tracker. We made these changes over the weekend of April 12th through the 14th. So we're going to jump right in. I'm just going to show you some quick changes and give you kind of an overview of what changes happened over the weekend. And once you log into Visit Tracker, right away you're probably going to notice some big changes. We've kind of cleaned things up a little bit, got rid of the big orange banner, and it just made it look a little bit nicer, at least we think so. On your welcome page, you're not going to see a lot of differences. All of your private contacts, reminders, all of that is still going to be here. So this home page is going to look the same. What you will notice that's different is we now have a families tab. So we have families, guardians, children. If we go to the family link, and we look at our drop-down list, you're going to see your list of families, and in the parentheses you will see the primary guardian. Now, most of you logging in for the first time after this overhaul, you're going to see your guardians combined, just like you had them in the past. You're going to see Mickey and Minnie, or whatever the guardians' names were that were combined, you're going to continue to see them combined. So if we click on that, you'll see now we have a family home page, and this just is some basic information about the family. You have some of this great information, who the guardians are and who the children are in this family. So with them being combined, you can leave them this way. You don't have to separate out guardians if you don't want to. And we do ask some of you that know your state leader is collecting data, running reports on all of you programs, that some of you may want to wait to separate out guardians and just leave them as they are. And that's absolutely fine. Some other programs may want to wait until the beginning of the next program year. Maybe starting July 1, you can go ahead and do this, or you can do it now. It really is up to you and how your program works and how you guys want to proceed. But if you do want to separate out guardians, it's actually a really quick, easy way. So we have Mickey and Minnie here, and let's say we want to leave Minnie as our primary. She is the parent that we are going to do the most home visits with. So Minnie is going to be kept the primary. We want to add Mickey as his own line item. So we're going to do an add guardian, and then from here, we can just go ahead and add Mickey's information. You'll see it says, is he the primary? No. We're going to go ahead and just copy the information. If mom and dad were divorced and he lived somewhere else, then we could put in a different address. You can add the phone number, add the email, all of that information. Community type, case level, site code, these are all done at the family level. So only these changes can be made from the primary guardian. Otherwise, you just need to leave them as they are. And then there is some required information here, whether the race, the ethnicity. You can go ahead and put the sex, the date of birth, whether the marital status, and primary language is required, so you do need to fill that in. And then any other information as you know it. You will see for the secondary and maybe a third or fourth guardian, we just ask whether or not they participate. So if they are getting home visits, if they're going to a group connection, they are considered participating. And so we don't have if they're active or inactive. It's just, do they participate in the program, yes or no? And then we'll say yes, and then we'll go ahead and say create. Now, if we go back to the family home, you'll see we have Mickey Mouse, and we need to update this one to just have Minnie's information. So we're going to do this, and we'll save at the bottom. That's all we had to do, really quick, to now have Mickey and Minnie. Say if at any time Mickey stops participating, like he's no longer going to do home visits, he works and can't make the visit or is, not available or whatever the case may be, you can set to stop participating. So if we did that, then it's going to ask you for the start date for that and why. So you can say, maybe the child aged out or they can be located, whatever the case may be. So that's how you would add a secondary guardian to stop participating. So back to family home. So you did see that the family data, the guardian data is all similar to what it has been in the past. So that shouldn't be any big change for you. You will see up here, you have your reminders icon, this little bell icon. And if we move on, demographics hasn't changed. So, all of these are drop downs and you can just go ahead and select whatever pertains to this family. And then underneath, we have specific guardian demographics. So each of these items, you can add an item specific for the guardian. So you would be able to select which guardian and put in their information. So we now have an entry for Mickey and an entry for Minnie. So that's how that's going to look a little different. Contacts is your old contact history. So you will click contacts to get to your contact history to do your planning guide, your PVR, whatever the case may be. You will see we've added a new red font, and red means that planning guide or visit record has not yet been marked completed. So if you look, the blue is no record has been created. Red is the record has been created but not completed. And then green is the record has been marked as completed. So that one is completely done. So you'll see like there's a green one down here. Again, that key is up here in the upper right-hand corner. You will also notice this little eyeball icon, and that will tell you whether or not there are different fields that have been hidden or not hidden. So like if you look at my visit tracker and I have fields that look different from yours, under the Setup tab, the administrator can turn on or turn off different fields. So that's how you'll know if, okay, this page on our visit records, we have different fields that can be turned on or off. And that's what this little icon will let you know. And then you have the plus icon. So this is how you would add a new contact. Click the plus icon and your regular contact page will open, so you can put in your date, your time. The new thing is you can select a guardian or two guardians, and then we can go ahead and say create, and then that will add the visit for us. So that's how you're going to add a new contact instead of a link over here. Okay, the planning guide, PVR, the visit record, those have not changed at all. There are some additional setup options for the main administrator under preferences for the visit record. So some different fields that can be turned on or off are listed here. So make sure if you are an administrator for your program that you go and you take a look at those. Who were we at? We were on Minnie Mouse. So that was our contact page. Not a whole lot of changes, still very similar. Household hasn't changed at all, and resource connections has not changed at all. If you want to add a new resource connection, you would click this little button up here in the top. There is a link to the tutorials if you need it. Goals has changed just slightly. We just kind of cleaned up the page to make it look a little bit nicer, and we are working to do the same with resource connections. So you are going to see that overhaul with resource connections later this spring, maybe early this summer. You can now print your goals if you would like to. So there is a print option. We had a lot of feedback from the field that they would like the option to print a nice clean copy that you can either give the guardian or put in the file. So you will see that as a new feature. Assessments hasn't changed with the addition of, being able to select a guardian. So if you're going to add an assessment, you'll click this little plus icon, add the assessment, and you will be able to choose which guardian is, this assessment for. And then health info, again, hasn't changed. We just added the guardian field, so you can select which guardian the information pertains to. Okay, and then again, you probably saw that little eyeball icon on most of these pages, so assessments that can be turned on or off, different things like that. So that's our families. If we go to the guardians, you will see each individual guardian listed out instead of, by the family. We just saw the primary guardian in the parentheses. But if we go to the guardian, this will allow us to select each guardian individually if we want to. And then we have children, and the child has not changed at all. You still have all of your links over here on the left that you had before. And so none of the information for the children has changed. Screenings, we are working to get screenings updated, so you will see an update here, again, probably later this summer. So FYI that is coming. We did make a small change to milestones, and so if you were to open a milestone and click on Emerging Achieved, this used to be a hard date stamp that you could not change. So now you do have this calendar icon and you can make changes to the date. So that is, again, some feedback that we received from home visitors that they would like to be able to change the date. So that is, you're able to do that now. But if you look at the rest of this, nothing else has changed for the children. The calendar hasn't changed at all. You still have your reminders. You can still add contacts from here. Just know anywhere you see this little plus icon, that's your new add new. So if you're wanting to add something, just look for the plus icon and you can do that. And reports really haven't changed. We've added this family summary, but really most reports are going to run the same. They will kind of count the primary guardian, and that's because that is how state leaders and national programs are wanting to run, that is still through the primary. So there will be some additional reports as we kind of get into this and kind of learn a little bit more about what you all need out of Visit Tracker. So look for more reports to come. And then if you are the main administrator for your Visit Tracker, please make sure that you visit the preferences under your setup, that there are some different fields that you can now turn on or off. So just make sure that all of the fields that you want are listed. You can also, if you have more questions, go to the support link. And if you view the knowledge base, we do have a whole multiple guardians tutorial of some different things that you can view. So if you have additional questions, you can do that. You can also submit a ticket if you have a question, and we'll get back with you. And other than that, we will have new training videos listed on our homepage. So under training videos, you will see some new additional training videos. And then if you have additional questions, you can call or email down here at the bottom. So we hope that you enjoy this update. We're excited about it, and we hope that you are too. So thank you so much. Have a good day.